imagine you're an astronaut, you go out to space for your first orbit, and you look down and you see this globe. And you can see the Earth protected by this thin crust of the atmosphere. And it was actually a term called the overview effect. It was actually coined by the Canadian's first astronaut. And he talks about from space, you can actually see that national boundaries vanish. The conflicts that divide people become less important, and the need to be united as a human race becomes clearer. So whilst my talk is about the other capital, or social capital, I'm actually going to talk specifically about the importance to be more human in the rise of artificial intelligence. So why do we need to be more human? It's actually about, we actually need to be more and more human with technology coming into our lives. Social capital is probably going to be the thing that actually saves the human race in the rise of artificial intelligence. So whilst we share these planets with a lot of species, at the end of the day, we're going to be sharing it with robots, and we're going to have to learn how to integrate and work with robots. So we think about our financial capital, to pay our bills. We need to know about our human capital in terms of our skills and experience. But at the end of the day, we need to understand how social capital is going to save our species. Automation has been part of our life for a really long time. In the 1950s, thousands of jobs were lost due to automation. In the 1980s, thousands were lost to manufacturing. We're now seeing driverless mining trucks, robots in our docks, and machines can actually farm better than us. The issue is in the rise of automation, it's not going to be good for men. Most of the jobs that are going to go are male-dominated. 2/3 of those jobs that men are doing is about 800,000 Australian jobs. And actually, it's not just going to be blue-collar workers affected this anymore. It's going to be white-collar workers. For the first time in our history, we're going to have low-income workers, middle-income workers, and high-income workers are going to be affected. Lawyers and accountants will be the first to be affected in white-collar workers. Approximately 4 hours of our week will go in the rise of automation, and that's particularly over the next 10 years. One of the issues that we're finding, and this is actually particularly in our Australian education, is we actually think we have to compete with automation and technology. We have to be more like them. And actually that's what we're teaching our kids. We're teaching them how to code, we're teaching them how to use as systems engineers, but we actually need to learn to be different. We need to be more human and focus on those opportunities that don't exist that machines will be taking over. So how do we be more human? What are the things that we need to focus on? I talk about these things called the 4 C's. So I know it sounds pretty normal, we know how to be humans, people should know how to be humans, but I actually think we're forgetting how to be humans. I think social media is actually killing that. So things like creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, complex problem solving is all going to be done by computers, and that's actually what we're teaching our kids in school at the moment. So the more we focus on things like particularly creativity, and we actually teach our kids about critical thinking and creativity and communication and collaboration, the more chances we've actually got to survive as a human species. So what makes up social capital? Pretty much these things. Trust should be front and foremost into actually us being human. We forget how to actually trust. We need to remember how to actually build good relationships and to collaborations within our communities for survival as a species. Relationships are currency. They should be our currency moving forward. And if you struggle to connect with people, go to a course. Get out and talk to people, put down your phone, stop looking at social media. Now, this wouldn't be a talk about robots if I didn't address this issue of whether they're going to come and kill us and use our bodies for food. And there's a very public debate in the media at the moment by these two guys, Elon Musk and Zuckerberg. One says they're going to kill us, the other one says they're not. Zuckerberg, and actually in reality they're both right. There's a famous physicist that talks about this, and he says initially it will change our life, and life will get easier for us, but actually as they get smarter, things will get harder. At the moment they're as dumb as a cockroach, probably dumber, but they're probably going to get smarter like a monkey. And monkeys know they're not humans, so they're pretty self-aware, and then as soon as self-awareness kicks in is when we could be in trouble. So social capital is important. It's the magic, it's the alchemy, it's the invisible threads that connect the human space. It's going to be the key to our survival as humans as we move forward in the rise of automation and artificial intelligence. David Bowie coined this, which I love. Tomorrow belongs to those who see the future coming. Quite frankly, if you've seen it coming, it's probably too late. So get out and cuddle and kiss and get to know people, talk and collaborate, and you find you might actually survive in this rise of artificial intelligence.